Okay, you guys, so let's do a 2-week fill on my client. This is her second fill on this set, and let's get started. Okay, you guys, so you may remember this design. It was the airbrush design that I did, and I'm just going to start off by filing it off using my ceramic bit. So now I'm getting started with my prep. First thing you want to do is start by pushing those cuticles back, and you want to be gentle when you're doing so. I know sometimes in my video it doesn't look like I'm being that gentle, but I promise you that I am. And it's very important to make sure you go all the way around because you want to expose as much as that dead skin as you can, so that way you can go ahead and remove it. So now I'm going to go in with my medium sanding band. I prefer to use a medium sanding band when I'm doing fill-ins. It's a preference for me. And make sure that when you are using your e-file that your RPMs is not too high. You do not want to cause burns or rings of fire on your client's nails. You want to make sure that your speed is at a nice RPM, so that way you are not causing those issues to your clients. So now I'm going to go in and spray some alcohol, and I'm going to use my brush to remove any excess debris that the client may have on her nails. I'm going to make sure that I am dehydrating once and priming 2 times. Now I'm going back in with my color Bad Enough by Dynamic Nail Supply, and I'm just filling in the areas that need to be filled in. Okay, so now I'm going in with my 8080 file, and I'm just going to gently touch up the areas that need to be touched up. It's not much that need to be done. I just want to make sure those edges are nice and crisp for my client. So now I'm going to go in and seal the cuticles. When you guys are filing, you want to make sure that you are pulling the skin downward gently. So what I mean by that is on the sides of her nails where my middle finger and where my thumb is, you want to make sure you're kind of pulling down so that way you're exposing everything to yourself, so that way you can make sure you're sealing everything, make sure you're removing everything when it comes to doing anything with the client's nails. So now I'm going to go in and I'm going to buff all of my clients' nails to ensure that there's a nice smooth surface. Once my client has washed her hands, I'm going to take a lint-free wipe and alcohol and just go over all of her nails once again before I begin applying anything to her nails, just to ensure that the surface is nice and clean and there isn't any debris left on there. Okay, you guys, so here I am again with the mixing colors to get a color that my client wanted. I took some Madame Glam in this eye gel beauty color, and this Madame Glam I did not mix. That's just the lighter green that you see on the palette. And now I'm going to go in with my blooming gel. Remember, if you're using blooming gel, use a thin layer. I remember when I first started using blooming gel, I applied it too thick and polish was like leaking everywhere. So you want to make sure that you're using a nice thin layer when applying your blooming gel. So this client did request a marble set, so that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to be taking the two colors that you see on the palette, the two greens, and I'm going to just be placing them on the blooming gel just to give the marble effect for my client. So now you see me just swirling it in different areas. I want to ensure that I'm getting some of the dark tones, some of the lighter tones, so that way it marbles together and is a mixture of both. My client did request that she have a few full covered and some that weren't full covered, so I decided to start off with the pinky. Okay, you guys, so I do notice that the pinky has a space that is not fully covered. I'm just waiting until I'm done with all of the other nails. Then I'm going to go back and touch up anything that needs to be touched up on her nails. Okay, so now that I am almost finished with this design on this finger, I am just going to go back to that pinky nail that I was talking about earlier, and I'm going to make sure that I am covering all of her nail. You see me constantly wiping the sides because the blooming gel has the effect of making the gel polish bloom outward and spread. So I usually like to do a few fingers at a time because of that issue, and then cure it so that way you don't have the gel spreading and ruining your shape, because if you cure it that way, it will look like a glob on the side, and you don't want that for your clients. I also did recommend matte for this client because I felt like it would give a better effect with the marble for this specific set, and my client agreed. So we're gonna go in with the Koopa matte top coat, which is my favorite, and I'm applying a thin layer. Once you're done applying your gel polish, you want to ensure that you are wiping the sides of your client's nails to ensure that you're keeping that beautiful shape that you worked so hard for. As you guys can see, the effect that the matte had on the marble, I think it looks so beautiful. And my client was happy that she went with the matte as well. So now I'm just going in with my cuticle oil, and I'm going to gently just rub it in. I do this to all of my clients, and also with matte, I do not like the oil to touch the nail, especially before photos and videos. So I'm just gently rubbing this in for my client. If you guys have given this marble design a try, please comment down below. I would love to know your thoughts on it. And if you haven't, I think you should give it a try. And here's the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. And thanks for watching.